Okay. I'm sure you can. You see YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Can you hear me, ma'am? Unmute your computer, please.
Yeah, I muted myself for a second. Yes, I can hear you.
All right. If you know me, so hold on one second. Let's see who's there. All right, there we go. Okay. Woo! As usual, we have technical difficulties sometimes doing these things. Technology is not perfect, neither is the operator who's supposed to be a self-proclaimed computer geek and all that good stuff like that, but I guess I need some help. Anyway, I know it's some folks on YouTube listening in as well as on Facebook and other places. So I just want to first thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you um, for joining in today on this edition, episode 7 of the Only Life Show podcast. And I am the host, Marquis Jones, senior that is. And like I said, I want to respect and thank everybody for investing this brief capsule of time just to listen to, this broadcast of this particular show. The On Your Life platform is, an opportunity where I help put content, share things, knowledge to uplift folks, to make a switch, to buy back their time and own their life. And On Your Life to me is controlling every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every month of your life. And in doing that there, it comes in all kinds of ways, owning your faith, owning your freedom, owning your fitness, owning your health, owning your success, owning your time, owning your future, owning your mindset, and anything under the sun. When we control those things and we understand that we're, the controller of those things, we're okay. And if also we learn to accept those things, that our current situations and our current conditions are based on past decisions, but we can't live in the past because the past itself is gone. So we have to learn from it, keep on going and traveling, but also we can't just focus just on the future because the future is uncertain. Yesterday is gone. The present, is a gift. That's what they call it, the present. So we want to switch and just talk about that. But what I want to do is first, let you guys know, you guys may have some questions out there while the show, the broadcast is going on. We will get to them because our guest is going to drop some very, very good knowledge on the topic. We say what it is to be a master of resilience. So, at the end, we're going to have a brief Q&A. So put your questions out there on the time bar, whether you're here on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook, just put them out there. Any questions that come up. But what I want to do is this has been a long time coming for the On Your Life show. Someone that is a great supporter, not only the On Your Life show, the excellence brand I represent as well this year, but also as a dear friend of mine. And it's been a long time coming for this interview. And the young lady who we have on this particular interview here, Major Katrina Montez, Taylor Felton. She's a author of the book, one of my top 10, probably top 5 books out here, Masters of Resilience, real stories of inspiration for purposeful living. And let me tell you right there, it's a quick read, but it's very powerful right there. And it goes, it's under the premise of, when possibly it was started, I'll let her tell you why she got started. I'll stop right there. But the biggest thing with this book right here is about being a master of resilience. We all know that it's a buzzword out there, being resilient to keep on going. You could be happy, you could be motivated, you could be having one of the best skill sets out there going on, no matter what your purpose or endeavor is. But if you're not resilient enough to keep going, even when it's great, when you're not resilient enough to keep going when there's obstacles, if you're not resilient enough when a certain way is not working and you want to pivot, that right there is, you have to have that resilience. Even when you're going, people can see, even when you're going on your health and fitness journey, you have to be resilient to keep on going with that. And, even this young lady here is the purpose of me, 75 plus pounds gone and all that stuff, but that's going to be on another topic. But what I want to do without further ado, I want to introduce you all to my friend, author, superstar, all that good stuff, motivator, health coach, Miss Katrina Montez, Taylor Felton. How you doing, Katrina?
Where's my applause and music and stuff?
You know what? Don't start. If I hit that applause button and all that stuff, we're gonna sit up here and might get shorted out again. Okay? That was a good introduction, right?
That was very good, very good. Well, first of all, I want to say that I am super proud of you for using your platform, follow through with your passion and your goals. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this show, and I'm honored, and I'm just looking forward to other things that you have cooking up as well. So I'm excited to be a part of it all. So thank you for inviting me to speak to your guest.
That's cool. I guess we good. Y'all got any more questions? That introduction and that response was awesome. We good to go. If we're very familiar with each other. Katrina, and sticking with the script here, it's going to be kind of hard. We know each other quite well. But the thing is, I want to ask you something. We get right to it. you know, the Masters of Resilience book. What is the story behind it? What drove you? What is the purpose behind the book, Masters of Resilience, Real Stories of Inspiration for Purposeful Living? And who are you? First, asking who you are, what you're all about, for those who don't know you, and those who know you may have forgotten some things about you. Tell us first that, and then answer that question, please.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm a lot of things. I'm a mom. I am a officer in the military, 20 years now. Thank you, Lord. Coming up on retirement soon. I'm a lot of things by default. Daughter, all that stuff. But in addition to that, what I am more importantly is a health, and I'm talking about physical health, mental health. I definitely promote self-love, and more than anything, protecting your peace, any means necessary. So, in a nutshell, that's who I am. This Masters of Resilience came about. I never wanted to be an author. That's not something that I pursued, really. I was following a call. I think that it really pulled at me when I experienced a suicide in my unit, and I something. And in the military, they called what you call it a stand down, where it was an allotted amount of time for talk about suicide prevention. So one thing that I saw that was the most powerful when a soldier spoke is that ears started to perk up. As you know, being a military yourself, having the background, we can get die by PowerPoint. Definitely. So it can be very boring. It can be very like, I'm doing this to check the box. So I saw that soldiers really weren't paying attention. It was presented that way. But as soon as a soldier shared his personal experience about how he too had contemplated suicide, that's when the ears perked. That's when people started paying attention. So a light went off in my head, and I was like, you know what? More people need to know that there are people out here that, regardless of whatever you're going through in life, there are people who are out here that can relate to your story. Of course, after being in the military for that long and living, I have met people from areas of my life, and I've known people a lot of things who had endured a lot of things. So I felt like putting it in a form of a book as a resource will serve as an aid for people to read about at any time, or people to understand and realize that, hey, there are people who have gone through things maybe similar to me, or even if not similar, maybe even worse, but they endured it, they overcome. So I felt like I wanted to create what I call in the book is a blueprint. Things. This is how I got out of that state of mind. So it's not necessarily just about suicide. It is about enduring and overcoming any obstacle, any life-changing situation. So mainly for encouragement and for inspiration.
Okay, great. Now, was it a particular situation that happened that really, really had you focused in, with, the suicide aspect, or something that really got you going? It was a young lady or something, a friend of yours, somebody you knew. Can you explain that a little bit just for me?
Right. So at my unit in 2015, now I had about people taking their lives before, but I believe that was the first time that it really affected me indirectly, because I mean, it's not like we're best friends or anything, but we had some interaction. And what I realized is that not only did I know her, so many other people within that unit knew her as well, saw how it affected so many other people around us. A lot of people started to come out and just express things that they were going through as well, or things that they had gone through as well that can relate to her story. And it just so happened that at that I mean, of course, we don't know exactly why she took her life, but one of the things we knew was that she was going through a divorce. You know, she was going through a divorce, she was having some relationship issues, and it just so happened that time I was going through a divorce too. So I was like, you know, just maybe if I would have talked to her and I would have, you know, encouraged her or expressed that we can go through this thing together, but we'll make it on the other side, you know. So I just think it's very impactful for us to be transparent and for us to share our stories with hopes of encouraging other people. Like, if I got through or if I can make it through, you know, so can you.
Okay, great, great. While I'm going to the next question, can you do me a favor? I got a message. Can you try to, I guess, on your device, is there a way to turn up your volume a little bit for me? Anyway, without going off the screen? I appreciate you.
My computer is actually on 100.
Okay. Well, just maybe, I guess, you know me, I have a big mouth. So I'm going over to the meter. I guess if you could speak as normal, I got it covered. Just speak and
Okay,
we'll go from
okay.
there.
Can
But
you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. I can hear you. I guess
Okay.
just outside, this thing's getting choppy. That's me and technology. But in that sense, you know, when you said about that you're talking about maybe you could have talked to her and all of that stuff, you know, things of that nature. You know, what do you think could be the cause of people not reaching out when they need help? And not just on suicide, you know, just when you're needing help, you're going through issues, you're going through things. What is the cause for people not reaching out? What do you think that is could be?
Several things. Sometimes people are embarrassed, they're ashamed, they don't want to be judged by others, um, want to burden people. They don't want to be a burden. They feel it's a bother, you know, so many different reasons why people feel like they out to others. Um, but some, you know that fear is false evidence appearing real. So we can just spiral out of control thinking one thing will happen or people will, you know, being weak or something. So it can be different reasons people don't come out and seek support. They should.
Okay, okay. What do you think, you know, the importance of, let's then segue in people using that support. What do you think the importance of support systems and what should those who need help do to ask for it and to receive help? Because in a segue to the next question, what should those loved ones look for in friends, you know, in those who may need help? So it's basically a two double-edged question there. What should those seek to do when they want help for people from folks? But then also, what should those people do who love them, you know, trying to identify, you know, if people need help, they're depressed or what have you? Can you help me with that question?
Okay. Well, the person who, the helper, the caregiver, uh, they have to be non-judgmental. You know,
Hmm.
I think we spoke about this before, especially with women and African American women. We can be very emotional. We can be like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?" You know, so it's important for us to just remain neutral, non-judgmental, and just calm down. Hear, you know, everybody is not built to be that caregiver or to know exactly what to do. But the great thing is there's so many resources out here. There's so many therapists, counselors, suicide prevention hotline. These people who are taught how to deal with suicides and mental issues. So it's always help. It's always help. I would say for somebody who is going through, just to somebody. Just talk to somebody. If you're going to friends, your family, or somebody you know, call the hotline. You know, call the hotline or be anonymous, or it's always somebody or something you can do to get support. And one of the things that I recently read was just, of course, the benefits of a support system. Um, it's shown that overall well-being to have a support system. It does help decrease stress, decrease anxiety. So it's not only important for you to find that support system, but be of support to other people as well by not being judgmental.
Okay, okay. Well, I can definitely attest to the support system. Thank you on that there, because me going through my own personal roller coasters and recent traumas, and I can say it, my support system wasn't there for me just to listen, just to vent, just to also give sound, spiritual first, spiritual base, spiritual foundation support right there. And definitely those who know me, I guess I can be a little emotional sometimes, and all of that's going to be part of the book, Moment with MJ. Um, Coming up. This is not a scripted reality. I just didn't quit, but I can attest my support system has helped me get through. And I never was thinking of leaving this earth or anything like that. So I don't want anybody out there in cyber world thinking, oh boy, he was that bad. But I've seen others go through half of what I've gone through and they're no longer here. But I can always say I'm thankful for my non-judgmental, really real strong support system, because I owe them everything. Because I'm too stubborn to give up, but I needed that support system to keep going. If you understand what I mean by that, I'm too stubborn to give up, but I'm thankful for my support system that's on here looking and listening right now, that I didn't give up and they helped me really keep going. So that support system is really, really, really good. You have a video on one of your breakdowns on your YouTube channel about ask the question.
Yeah.
Ask the question. We talk about it not being judgmental, not being all of these different things. And sometimes people tend to shy away, they're too embarrassed to talk about it. And sometimes you got to be straightforward. What does that mean to you? Just ask the question. What does that mean to
So
you?
it's a very uncomfortable thing to do, to come out and say the word suicide. But it's important that we do, because we can say it in so many different ways, and we think that we're getting our point across or our question asked. For instance, we can say, "Are you're not thinking about doing anything crazy, are you? Or you're not thinking about living this world. You're not thinking about hurting you." Say suicide. Say it's cut and dry. It's no confusion. You have to. It's very uncomfortable to do, but we have to be clear. We have to be clear for different reasons. Of course, like I said, so there's no confusion. Other person to know that, okay, I know that there is a problem. I may not be the person who can help you. Can help, but we know that there's a problem. There's an issue. Let's go get help. So we have to be clear. We have to be clear to that person who was going through, to let them know, this I am a support, that there is a need, there's a mental health need that has to be addressed. We
Right.
have to come out and say it and take the steps for that person to be helped.
Okay. Okay. This is a easy question. It wasn't on the script, but I guess it is on here right now. What is your one of the most couple of the stories in your book? I know it's somebody in the military, another guy. But what is a story or two in your book that you can expound on? Somebody that didn't give up, maybe made some pivots and everything, and they really flourished. Because I know it's so many. I have some favorites. Give me one that just.
So many, there is, like, I really appreciate everybody who was willing to be vulnerable and share their story. Like it was the when I reached out for people to share with this project. But staying on the same lines of support system, I thought about JT. JT is the owner of his message is Spread Love Now. He's a fitness instructor. He does some funny videos, but he gets his points across about the importance of spreading love. But one of the things he stated in the book was he reached out to his virtual mentors, his virtual support system. So by that he means he inspirational messages via YouTube or social media, because sometimes, like I know.
You froze for a second. I guess you'll be back in 1 second. Hold on. Technology. Can you guys hear me? I guess she's froze. We got to do better here. Give me 1 second. Hopefully you'll unfreeze for a minute. Katrina, if you can hear me, hold on 1 second. You froze for a second. Oh, go back in. Shit. Give me 1 second. She just logged in. Had to log out. It just happens right there. Technology sometimes. We're trying to perfect it. People and visitors of the show. You went off there. Just give us 1 second. But as you can say, that's something I want to, just reiterate how we're here and we're talking. The biggest thing is not so much of going through things, because it's not a shame to go through things. I did a video the other day, how a lot of people maybe fake sadness or fake depression. And it's not that, in today's day and age, in today's society, um, people are faking happiness in order to hide those depression things and the things of that nature, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. They're doing that to hide those things. And with that said, it's kind of different. So the thing is, what you always have to realize, sometimes if someone is just overdoing the happy, overdoing the ain't nothing wrong with me, I call it overreaching, exaggerating the happiness and all these different things, you may want to look at that. Like I said, I did a video before, Katrina, I was just catching up while you were coming back on, where a lot of folks are sitting, you'll think people are fake depression, fake sadness. And like I said, once again, guys, nobody's going to do that. They're going to fake the happiness. They're going to fake like everything is okay, because they want to mask those things. So you had to really look at it. And, the statement of, am I my brother or sister's keeper? Right, we are. Because, you never the things that you regret, the things that you didn't do. And I can tell you so many different stories of people that are just not here off of natural causes, let alone let themselves go. We don't know what other body's doing, but if you could have said something to someone, or you could have said, hey, God put it on your mind and your heart to call them. Those are the things we have to do, because this day and age, you never know what a simple phone call could do. What a simple, man. I remember a good time we had. Anything that could make someone at the brink of leaving this earth and in the middle of depression, seriously sad and depressed. And that simple phone call, if God puts it on your heart, just to text them and call them, do it. Because like I said, people don't fake depression or sadness. They fake the happiness and like everything is going together and all that stuff. But Katrina, you were talking about, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but your camera is not
Okay.
showing.
Well, on the screen, I'm okay. On our screen, no, but other screens, we're okay. But I was just up there wondering, asking, you were talking about JT and the virtual mentors before you got
Yeah.
caught up.
Yes. So his virtual mentor is basically what he said, needed. So he felt like he needed some inspiration. So he looked for positive, inspirational videos, and he used
Mhm.
Will Smith. He used Les Brown, E.T. the hip hop preacher. So those were people he considered to be his virtual mentors. So I just wanted to say that we may not have that friend, or family is there to support us as we need that support. So there are other things we can use. It doesn't have to necessarily be somebody we know, and books as well. So we don't have to use, or somebody who we may see every day, because again, maybe embarrassed, fearing being judged. So there are other resources we can use that we can go to.
Great, great. I like that, because sometimes, I tell folks, it's nothing new. No, I didn't coin this phrase, but it's nothing new under the sun. And even with me going through I know some supporters of the show, it's ironic, me going through my personal turmoil and tremble, and there's folks that say, oh man, dude, I'm going through that. One of my good friends, I'm going through that. I'm like, what? As long as we know each other now, bond, I'm like, wow. And things of that nature. So you don't know what people can go through. So you can look it up and you can get that help. And the virtual help, virtual counseling, I'm gonna tell you, probably 80% of my personal development and growth has come from counselors and people I haven't had a one-on-one conversation with, because it's something out there to help you. So it's to help you
Absolutely.
save your life, help you grow some health and wellness, help you to change your mindset. So, I appreciate that there. As I close before this, I want you to be close the next two parts of this here. Really give me a time to reflect on some things, discuss some things that we probably hadn't touched on, maybe some things that came up in your mind about the whole master being a master of resilience, really seeing what can, and also what really would someone would get by reading your book, by grabbing it, and even checking the audio book out, just really listening to it. So just go ahead, it's your time, just reflect on some things or just anything you want to share and discuss.
Well, what I realize is that we're doing life when it comes to our careers, when it comes to we will reach out to people who are where we want to be. We will invest that time, that money. We will put so much in, even when it comes to our health. We will put that time into building a body that we want. More of is that same time and energy into our mental maintenance. The same way, one of the things we do in health coaching to figure out why somebody may be stuck with not being able to lose weight. We do a little exercise. Okay, when you do this, tell us how you feel. When you eat this, how does your body react? Do the same thing when it comes to being around people or being in situations who may be toxic. When you're around this person, how do you feel? How is your mindset? You know? So we have
Right.
to put that same energy and time into our mental maintenance in your mind. Invest in your mental. So that's very important. And sometimes we have to cut off that weight, and unfortunately, sometimes it may be blood. That if that person or that environment is
Right.
toxic to you, you don't feel well, and they're causing all of these issues that, as you know, it will lead to other health problems. We have to, like I said before at the beginning, protect peace by any means necessary.
Right.
So use other inspirational or encouraging people and places, but you have to invest in your mental at all.
That investment, there you go, because you're not right, nothing else can be right. And I tell folks, what good is it to gain in all the wealth in the world, the fitness and all that good stuff, but you don't have the right kind of health, and that is your mental health.
Mhm.
Because like we said, it's one thing that could trigger us, and it's nothing shame in asking for help, right there. But what I want to do, sometimes when I have my issues I'm going through it, if I don't get a chance to speak with anyone, always read a certain part of your book here. And I'm going to do this. Thank God I can read. We got to reading challenges and all that stuff. But there's a certain part at the end what I really want to share with everyone, because this book, no, it ain't. It's just a fact. You got to get it. I'll tell you why, because it just helps. There's stories out there every day, but this may just help you just go over that hump, and it may help a lot of others. But there's a certain part in this book I'm going to read these 2 pages here because it really brings things home, and it's towards the end. It's called The Purposeful Pain. At the end here, everything you go through in life happens for a reason. If you take a moment to reflect on an impactful event that occurred in your lifetime thus far, you will come to understand the lesson learned or message conveyed from that experience. You can use this priceless lesson to help someone overcome adversity just like you did. Your motivation, encouragement, and unwavering belief in someone can bless their life. I'm going to say that again, and this has helped me. Your motivation, encouragement, and unwavering belief in someone can bless their life. As the good book, the Bible says, the tongue has the power of life and death. And that's in Proverbs 18:21. Your words matter. So always be uplifting in what you say to others as well as to yourselves. Those challenging moments also create relatability. Someone else can often identify with your circumstances. That connection has the ability to build a trusting relationship filled with compassion, understanding, and empathy, which can help the healing process for the hurt. Life altering events can also lead to times of self reflection, drawing you closer to your purpose or calling in life. We discover our strengths or desires to create new things, find a new career, and start a business, organization, or movement. There is no greater feeling than coming to the realization of your existence here on earth. It's an even better feeling to enjoy doing it while making a positive impact on your community. The difficult times we endure are designed to make us stronger and more equipped to help others. It has the potential to inspire and empower others to keep going no matter what. Therefore, there is a power in your story of resilience. I'm going to say that again. There is a power of your story of resilience. That's major right there. Your trials in life, whether they're bad decisions, past hurts, abuse, sickness, disease, divorce, loss of a loved one, or unemployment, does not define you or your future. Your self worth is not based on external circumstances. You are bigger than that. So do not allow social media or someone else's image or perception to define or dictate your worth. You have the power to orchestrate your destiny on your terms. Once again, you have the power, as well as, I'm going to add, responsibility to orchestrate your destiny on your terms. Push through, seek help, be resilient, and know that the Creator strategically placed you on this earth after He designed and molded you. No matter what the obstacles look like, never give up. Be determined to live life with a purpose and inspire others on your journey. There's always someone watching you. You got this. You too are a master of resilience. I love that chapter. I'm sorry. I love that. And I can read. So my English teacher, Miss Kennedy, my favorite one, I'm out here. Give me an A, change my grade back in the past, please. Anyway, I can read.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Very good. Okay, great. Because I sit back and look at, someone, those who know me personally I got a good heart, stuff like that. But I'm not easy sometimes, to deal with sometimes in the stomach. I'm just Marquis. It's no harm, no foul with that there. But I just appreciate this. I want to ask somebody, actually, hold on. You know, right now, this is for you. How can someone reach you? How can someone get the book? Are you still doing autograph books with those who order from your site? And, what are you going to be doing next? What are some of your speaking? Because I know you are one powerful speaker, whether it's to one person or a group of people. Can you share that with the folks?
Yeah, you can still get an autographed copy of the book at katrinamontez.com. I just started a new Instagram page, Master of Resilience. So we'll be definitely posting more is centered around suicide prevention and mental health awareness. So that on Instagram and also through email at katrinamontez.com.
Okay,
The next
great.
event, I'll actually be at an event on Saturday, February 12th. My dear friend, Ms. Quetta Brown Fletcher, who is the founder of Breathe Easy Foundation, who she created as a result of her husband going through a double lung transplant. So it is to get organ donors. So that's a powerful organization. And she recently created another organization called Have the Conversation Now. Have the Conversation Now, which is in the same area as Master of Zoo, have the same vision of talking. So fearful to hold back, feeling like you are a bother to someone or being judged, and this came about as a result of her mother had got some type of cancer, and she didn't tell the family. So it's a charity organization, is a charity event that is going to happen on February 12th, and we're going to talk about the importance of having conversations now. So that is in Hampton, Virginia. So if anybody is listening that is in the Hampton Roads area, that's going to be at the Convention Center on February 12th at 1 p.m.
Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That was awesome. Well, I wanted to grab a quick question I saw pop up right there. A lot of folks, couple of saying they're going to get the book. Great. I encourage you to go ahead and get it. It's a fantastic read. I know someone even listening in, I've recently lost a child. There's some things going through some things. This is a great book to help you next to the Bible And I encourage you guys just to really go and get it. You're supporting a good cause. Get the audio book, free PDF, the signed copy of the book. You can't have mine. This is mine. My brothers and sisters, you got to get your own. See, look, I'm just saying with y'all, it's a signed copy. This one's mine, okay? So, you have that there. I want to encourage you guys to do that. But on a question I have that I came across, and if anyone has any other questions, I only have one or two, please put them in the chats, whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook. But one of the questions that came across is, what do you do, any kind of advice when someone, is not listening to the advice that you're giving them, or giving them encouraged to go get that help? What do you suggest? Right
If
there,
they're not
someone
listening,
right, or just taking that advice, they just constantly just want to vent. And you have that. I guess I'm gonna add on, because I'm gonna add on to some of that. And they're at a propensity. Are they crying wolf, and you want to give up, but trying to help them or whatever. What do you think or something?
well, I believe we even talked about before, Marquis, is that um, if somebody is really going to take their life, we can't do anything. Absolutely nothing you can do. But a lot of times people are crying out for help. This person is continuing to talk, even if they are not taking someone's advice at that time, they are still listening to whatever you're saying. It's like our kids. So we can beat them across the head and give them all this information, but at the end of the day, they are listening and they are going to remember everything we're saying to them. So it's just important to continue to be there for that person, continue to let that you, whatever they want to do, you will support them. Don't feel like you up and not listen to that person. If they just want to vent, if they're just talking, so just be there for them.
Okay.
And they will make a decision.
Okay. Great.
Ultimately it's going to be up to them.
All right. Well, next one. How can someone reach out to you? I know your website, they can, the katrinamontez.com, I believe it's in the book, Katrina, is on there. Is there
Yep.
any other ways besides that, to reach you, to schedule anything, or for public speaking, maybe other interviews
Yeah,
like this?
Katrina Montez. They can leave their information there, or as I mentioned, my email, Katrina at katrinamontez.com as well.
Okay.
And then another site, if they're interested in getting items that is a conversation piece to talk about suicide prevention or mental health awareness, is masterofresilience.com. Masterofresilience.com.
That's what I come. So
And
we
again,
saying like that nice gear that you have right there, resilient. I love that. And I
yeah,
have
and
to
we
represent, Master Resilience on this hoodie
absolutely.
there. So I am
Yep, that
representing right there. So that'd be nice. So do that. Definitely check that out. Some classic gear and everything like that there.
yeah.
But Katrina Montez, I want to thank you. Thank you so very much. This was a long time coming. I'm hyped up here, and I really thank you. Thank you for all you've been on, to myself, to so many others out there doing this. And thank you for the courage and the resilience to get this manuscript right here written. Like I said, I have it dog eared. I always have this, by me. And I'm so inspired. And I'm looking forward to many, many, many big things ahead for you and the Masters of Resilience movement in the book. I appreciate you. My heart, I guess. Thank you. And, with other than that, if there's anything else you need, we're going to sign off.
Thank you. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye-bye. God bless. And you guys, when you want to go ahead further out, you're going to see the links in the bio, whether it's on this video, because it's going to be on Facebook as well as on YouTube. The other links that we mentioned for the website, as well as to get the book and all that good stuff there. But once again, it's On Your Life platform. I want to thank each and every one of my followers, the supporters of the show, whether it's today, February 6, 2022, or 20 years down the line. I want to thank you. God bless you. And I appreciate you taking the time out to take a look at this advice. Remember, on your life, when you control every second of every minute, of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month of your life, that's when you're on your life. God bless. And all you do with excellence and not at all. This your boy MJ. Peace out.